fucking iPhone camera, it sucks.
built, and welcome back to the Mark IV Super Build. If you've been following along on this build, there has been a major transformation on this car. It has gone from one of the quite possibly worst Supras in the world to one of the nicest Supras. Now we are going to get a ton of parts on this car. There is a lot of work to do, so that's enough talking like I always say. Let's get started. Before I take the engine apart and take the parts over to a shop to get taken care of, I need to do something to make this car sound a lot better, because these things were basically tin cans and the interior panels and all that stuff cause a lot of rattles. I want to eliminate as much of that as I can and make this car sound a lot better when it's going down the road. Also, I want to make sure that I can insulate against heat, because heat is a major problem with these cars, especially in the foot area by the trans tunnel, because the downpipe comes right through there and it causes a lot of unnecessary toastiness to your feet. So now we have this guy right here. So this is a hybrid sound ending. This has a butyl layer, a open cell foam, and then also heat insulation on top. So this should do everything I need it to do to keep the interior of the car quiet, cooler, and quieter. Yeah. Okay, so now we have all of the sound ending done on the interior of the car. It looks really good and it sounds really good, as you heard already on the video. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start rearranging the front wiring harness. And I'm also going to be building a wiring harness for the engine. I want that to look as clean and as nice as possible. Now we did something very similar to the stock harness on the Evo, except we just kind of rewrapped it, shortened it, made it sit a little bit better in the engine, kind of where you couldn't see anything. But on this one, we're going to do a custom one, and to do that, we're going to have this guy right here going into the interior, leading into the ECU. And now this is called a mil-spec connector. So essentially what you have is a plug that comes from the outside into the inside, and they bolt together, giving you a nice tight seal. Now, we've already painted the car. We already have it looking absolutely amazing. We don't want to cut into that firewall. We don't want to have to go backwards now and repaint anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print out a 3D bulkhead. And that's thanks to today's sponsor, Bamboo Labs. We're going to make some functional car parts and do something awesome on the car with a 3D printer. This is awesome. We are making our own car parts. So I've got it already printed behind me. Take a look at what it can do. Not only am I building really cool custom car parts, I'm also building things to organize my shop a little bit better. I always have to look for my drills, and with these, I can hang these up inside of my glove rack and have them ready to use anytime I need them. Also, I have racks for my batteries. Once they're done charging, I can hang them up and have fresh batteries ready to go. Bamboo X1C carbon is extremely reliable. You can use multiple colors and multiple materials, and it's proven to be trusted and reliable by professionals. Bamboo X1 carbon also has a high-speed XY core for fingerprints, as well as LiDAR to detect any first layer defects. I'm really loving using the Bamboo 3D printer. It's offering me the opportunity to build really cool custom parts, as well as prototype new ones. Take a look at how good this turned out, guys. This came out so nice. The texture looks really good. The backside of this looks really nice. But we need to make sure that this fits in the factory location before we go ahead and say we're gonna just put this in there. So let's do a test run. Got a couple screws here. This guy in place. This guy in place here. Seems to be sitting in there pretty good. Not a lot of movement. That fits so good. Dang, that looks good. Not only does it look good, it's going to be functional, but we won't have the issue of having an ugly factory wiring harness coming out of there. It's going to be nice and clean, showing off this engine thing the way we intend to do that. But let's just for giggles, let's mock up our mil-spec connector here. So yeah, that looks awesome. This is going to be really cool. I'm super excited about this. Now we have something that is really cool. We can make our own parts here in the shop. Awesome. Well, this car isn't going to finish itself. Let me stop talking and get back to work.
And as you can see here, I have spent a ton of money on clips and all the hardware to go on the quarter panel, on the rocker, and everywhere else in the car. We are putting everything brand new.
Welcome, Tavern Keeper. In this game, you will become a tavern owner, managing your own cozy...
Everywhere else in the car, we are putting everything brand new.
Okay, so this is a big moment. I did fit these, but I didn't have any clips to be able to fit them to. So, it goes where it goes kind of thing right now, and I'm hoping it goes in the right place. We have our holes closed off, all of our clips in. Fingers crossed. Here goes the place. That is nice. Oh. Dude, this is great. This is nice and flush. Out a tiny bit, but not terrible. Not terrible. Nothing compared to what it was. I can probably move some of this in with the clips that go in here. Man, dude, it's a big change. It's a very big change on the car. It's starting to look like an actual bodied car. Now, we are still waiting for the zinc coated bolts that are going to be on the bottom of the suspension, so you can't put the suspension on the car. It can technically has to stay on these, but I don't want to take it off because then I got to move it. But yeah, this is awesome. It's a big change. So I received all of the lower claddings on the back half of the car and the front half of the car from Dubai, actually, which is kind of crazy. But the back molding that goes on the quarter panel over here, I did not get that from Dubai. I actually got that from Japan. let me show you how I know it came from Japan. So after I opened up the box and start pulling this out, we have the sports page here. It's all in Japanese, and I know it's the sports page because we got a baseball there. I like him already. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but he definitely drives me up. Well, as you can see, it is all in place on the rear. We have both moldings on the rocker, as well as the quarter panel here, and the quarter panel here. Very, very happy with the way this turned out. If you remember, there was a ton of work all throughout the quarter panel. It looks so good, guys. I'm so happy with this. Man, this is nice. I love it. This is gonna be, oh my gosh, I can never sell this car, guys. This is my favorite car now. It looks so good. All right, well, I feel terrible, so I'm gonna keep going. I think I got a few hours left in me tonight, and then I'm probably gonna call it quits. Okay, so I have about 90% of the interior done for the sound deadening. There's a few more pieces that I gotta stick on there. But while I'm waiting for more sound deadening, I am going to go ahead and install a bunch of stuff on the door and the sill trims, even though I might have to take some of this off later when we are doing the interior. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this door panel mostly built out, so that way when we go to put the door on, everything is good to go. Achieving this has actually been something that has been really hard to do, and as you can see, it's nice and flush now, so the gap is a little bigger than I want, so I do need to move this a hair forward, not much, very, very little, but to get that, I literally had to put a porta power on the floor and press on the hinge area right here so that I was able to get this to go up. This was actually a pain in the butt. I did not film this because I was kind of worried that I was going to crack the roof or damage something else, but thankfully none of it was damaged, and now it's good.
Listen, the creators of Candy Crush just released a brand new game, Candy Crush Solitaire. I just downloaded it and I cannot get enough of this game. It's fun, it's free, you don't need any Wi-Fi.
Thankfully, none of it was damaged, and now it's good.
Alright, so the next step is getting this door built. We have the sound deadening all in place. I'm going to put a little bit on here on the door, but as you can see, right in there, all of this is covered in paint, and that is from the other door. That is from the door that was gray, not the new doors. The new doors have very good stuff inside of them, so my voice is going out. I really am. I really am excited. My voice is going out. Now I'm going to reuse all of the internals on this car here, but there is something going on right here that I need to correct. So I don't want to buy these seals for the door because both would cost me around $220 to get. I do need to remove all of this overspray from when this thing was previously painted. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wipe this down with some lacquer thinner. right, so as you can see, all of the seals from the old doors are on the floor, but this seal right here is from the new doors that I bought when I went to the middle of the country. And the problem with this is that car has been painted and there is a lot of overspray on this. So I have some lacquer thinner and I'm going to be wiping all of this off. And that is going to dry these seals out. So I'm going to have to restore these later on with something that'll moisturize them. And I have just the product for that, so I'm super excited about that. But I got to get to cleaning this. I have to get all the gunk, all of the grime, all of the dirt off of this. Then I can use that product to restore this. But this will save me at least 220 bucks. I looked online, the cheapest I could find them was about 220 bucks for both sides. So, okay, cool. Let's save a little bit of money because I've spent so much on this car. Okay, so we have completely wiped this thing clean with all of the overspray. So there is no overspray left on this. All of the dirt that builds up in the edges by the clips is gone, and the inside here is all cleaned up. Lacquer thinner to clean this, and that is absolutely not something that you want to do unless you absolutely, because it's going to dry these things out right here. So I need to save this money, and I want to make sure that I can put that money into other parts of the car, like the engine build, which is going to cost a lot of money. Remember, we are building the budget Supra for the cost of a clean condition Supra that you could probably buy that wouldn't have everything you want on it. Anyway, besides all of that, I am working now with this company right here, which I introduced to you guys. I really like this stuff called Trim Sauce by this company Blinks, which is an absolutely awesome company to work with because they're giving me products that I can share with you guys. Check this out. So I have a clean microfiber rag. I'm gonna give it a couple squirts here, and basically just like that, we are going to rub down back and forth over and over again until we're finished. Oh man, I'm sick and it's getting late in the shop. Anyway, I'm gonna rub this stuff into the seals, giving it that nice squishy feel again, restoring the seal back to brand new. We're also gonna do the exact same thing on the cowl cover, which is worn out and sun dried, and this will give it a good result. So let's see what we can do with these first, then we'll move to the cowl and see if we can restore that thing back to looking brand new. Everything is nice and smooth and supple now. You can definitely feel the difference from before. Felt very brittle. Let me clip these guys in. It's going to be a little bit of a pain. It's always something that wants to bite you. All right, there we go. And I'm clipping these guys in. Dude, this is awesome. Yeah, that looks really good. And this formula is really nice. It doesn't feel greasy at all, which was kind of a worry for me. I wasn't sure whether or not it was going to be greasy, and I'm a little concerned about that, to be honest with you. If it's greasy, then it's literally just going to smear all over the door sill and everything else. Then voila! Alright, let's get this thing over here wired up this way so that it doesn't rub the tires and it doesn't sit on the inside right here, because I think that doesn't look good. It doesn't complement the clean engine bay that we already have. I am going to leave this here, not worried about that, guys. It looks fine once that cover is on that, but I think having that clean like this will be really nice. So I've ran the wire and seen where it sits the best, and I think what it's going to look like when I'm done here is I'm going to have this sitting along this edge right here. And also there's a hole right here that I can use as another mounting location. This piece here is supposed to go through this section right there, and I believe that goes to the brake master cylinder, and that is telling me my brake fluid level and everything like that. But I think if I can get all of these things here in place, we should be good. It should line up and fit very nice. Now, let's drill holes in our fresh paint. I'm definitely one to admit when I am wrong, and you guys were definitely right about needing to extend the wiring harness out to the side here. Now, one of my friends, he mentioned that the RZ already has, or SZ already has the wiring harness routed on the outside right here. And I believe it goes underneath, but now we want to make this, so that we can lower the car and actually tuck the wheel in a little bit. We don't want to rub on anything, so we definitely don't want to rub through our wiring harness. We have this piece going all along here and all the way through here, back through the exact same hole. Now, it did not need to be extended to go into the cabin. It actually had a little bit more room going into the cabin that way, because coming out and around through here gave it a little bit longer of a space for this to be stretched out. One thing that I did have to extend though is the wiper motor wires here. This had to be extended so that it could come out and around through here, as well as the brake light switch here. I believe this is just to let you know when your brake fluid is low. So that all right there is extended and looks good. There is nothing on this side of the car that needs to be on the side of the car. Now as we come over here, you can see we still have our fuse box in place. And that is because I am going to leave the fuse box here. I'm going to put something on there to kind of spruce this up, make it look nicer. But the good thing is we don't have any wires going back across through here. The only wire that we have coming out through here is an AC pressure switch, I believe. It goes to the AC line with a pressure switch right on top, and that needs to be extended as well. The only line that I haven't extended yet is the one right here that goes to our alternator. That needs to come out and go under the frame rail. I don't want this thing to be in the way of anything coming through here. I kind of think it would look like ugly just ran that work in the car. Now, the next step is getting this car together. I really want to put the fenders on this to cover it up, because now we're not going to have anything going on in this area anymore, and anything that we do need to put on here, we can still access through there. Let's put the fenders on first, and then we can install these moldings as well as a molding back here, and then we can kind of get a good look at this car. Once been said that $15,000 overnight in Japan, and this thing could do tens, it's going to be way more money than that. That's a very false statement. So now what I have is actually from Japan, and it is the moldings that go along this section here. I wanted to make sure that everything is new, along with the belt moldings as well. We did just receive those, so I'm going to install all of those things right now, and then maybe we can line up the glass, and then we can shut the door and see what thing kind of looks car. I mean, this is going to make, it's going to look so much better than it would if I just put old moldings on here and like clean them up a little bit. The added extras, it's the little things. Oh my goodness, this looks so good. I love the clean, fresh, brand new moldings to go along with the clean, fresh, brand new look on this car. One problem is though, I still haven't gotten all of the bolts back from the zinc motor, and I did send all the little screws away as well to get refreshed and just make it look better again. Why not? I mean, no one sees it. Why not? We've done so much stuff to this car that no one sees. It doesn't even matter. We're going overboard. But the good thing is, I do have some spare screws laying around the shop. I won't tell. Maybe you won't tell. He's never gonna know. How's he gonna know? I only need a couple. Only like 3. Okay, so I had to take the molding back off because we got more overnight parts, but this one is not from Japan. I actually got quarter glasses from the UAE, and this one came from Dubai. So, sweet. I actually have quarter glasses to go in the car. And the good thing is I actually bought urethane the other day, so now I can install these. So I'm going to do that first, and then I'm going to bolt these things into place right now. And I'm not sure if this is exactly how Toyota packs them, but this is the way that I got them. See, we have the Toyota sticker. These look fresh, even through the package right now. Ooh, yeah. That is awesome. Brand new glass, man. This is great. All right, so this car is going to be a fishbowl. Because when it goes to see, I want you to see the interior on this car. And I kind of like the look of fishbowl cars anyway. I might tint it later on, I might not. We'll probably do some like UV tint or something like that. Damn. Or fresh parts. This looks awesome. All right, let's get this on the car.
Play whatever the comments say, part 3. This person says to upgrade the weapons first, and then it should be an easy win. So first we're going to upgrade our guys.
This on the car. Car is looking amazing in the day. Box open. I just took a quick little peek right now, but I have more parts for this car that I've been waiting on. There's still a lot of parts that we need for this car. There's still a lot of things that I can't put on yet because I am waiting for the bolts that are getting all zinc coated. Let's take a look at what we got in the box here because this has been a good day. I think we might have some more useful parts. Okay, we have the hood latch release here. I had to get the front cable because the little plastic piece that goes to the center there is broken. Ooh, look at this. More fresh moldings. door molding. This is awesome, man. Like these are nice. That's my favorite part about kind of restoration or something to do is putting all the brand new, if you can get them, because it just adds that much more. The last thing in the box is the wing in the gate. Yeah, sweet. I don't think we stop here. I think we keep putting parts on this car. It's starting to look really good. I mean, we have all of the moldings on. We've got our side skirt extensions on. Fenders are in place. Everything is lined up. The doors are lined up. The mirrors are on. The guts are in the interior of the doors. We got the window in here. I wanted to put the back glass in, but that molding unfortunately did not come today. I thought that was a good, nice finish to the day, putting the back glass in with the new seal in it. But yeah, this thing looks amazing. Let's put those door belt moldings on and let's keep going. There's still so much more to go. I've removed the screw that goes in the front here. Got the belt molding all nice and fresh.
We're going to Pennsylvania.
Brand new. Out of the bag, we put the screwdriver in my pocket so that way I don't stab the car. Man, this is an amazing transformation right here. I cannot believe that I have a Supra that it looks this good. You guys, I am so happy with this car. Not only am I happy with this car, it's just a very good reminder of my friends and what they've done for me by giving me the worst Supra in the world, even though it was the worst Supra in the world, is one of the best gifts I've ever gotten, besides meeting my wife and having kids. I love this car. It's a 100% dream car. This is top tier, one of the highest that I've ever had. And yeah, oh my goodness, that looks so good. That looks so freaking nice, man. Wow. I'm like at a loss for words how far this car has come. I love it. Man. Alright, let's do the other side. Fresh bag. There's something about cracking the seal on brand new parts. Alright. Open this door up. Put this guy into place. Oh my goodness, this looks so good, guys. I cannot describe this feeling that I'm having right now. This looks so good. Let's give you guys a closer look at how nice this car in its, very unfinished state looks, but it's, damn, it's good.
If you don't hit a jackpot of 10 trillion coins within 10 spins, just delete the app.
State looks, but it's, damn, it's good. This thing looks so good now. I have so many parts and so many things done to the car. We have gotten all of the sound ending on the interior, minus a few little spots. I'm still waiting for some more of that. We have the handles in. We have all of the door stuff put in on both sides. The mirrors, the rocker covers are on. The rocker extensions are on. We have the mud guards in the back. The mud guards in the front. I guess mud guards or moldings, I guess is what you would call those. Damn, this thing is looking so good. We've installed our glass along with our window trims, our belt moldings. Man, this car has come such a long way, and just look at how nice that paint glistens. It changes colors. It's gonna need a good polish, but I'm not doing that until the car is assembled, because I need to be able to touch it and probably scratch it up some more with my hands. But it is what it is. But take a look over here. We have the wiring harness fully tucked in behind the frame rail right there, and it is above where the wheel will go, so we can lower this car and not worry about rubbing anything like the wiring harness with the wheel. Over here, the exact same thing is happening. We've extended the wires coming out right here that go to the
There she is. What you watching?
the one going to the brake reservoir to let you know if your fluid is low.
Stay up. What happened? That's hot. Yeah. Yeah, you should have asked him how many times did you come already? Oh yeah, so I'd have all kind of words for that. That's my sleep up and driving all night. Y'all knew my kids was gonna be there. I thought that's all you wanted to say. Like, oh, that's all she wanted to talk about. I mean, so it has been a minute, right? So they had a week off, then they stayed out extra. Yeah, they had a week off. Yeah. I mean, so was it the regular teacher that called or the principal? Oh, well, the kids probably got more than one teacher. So which teacher was it? One of the teachers. Yeah, but yeah, you should have asked the principal first, not send the police to my house. That's all you gotta find out. Like, did you call the principal before you? Yeah, that's weird too. So that means they Why are you asking the kids anything? You don't ask the children nothing. No, they shouldn't be asking the children information at all. All they should be asking is, where's your mother? Where's your parents at? That's it. All they should be asking the kids. But don't get too upset, you know. They don't know about this check. They didn't see. really nothing. You just need some more information. So information all you got is that you showed up because of such and such. So talk to the principal and find out what's going on. So talk to the principal needs to talk to that teacher. Like, why didn't you reach out to us first? Shouldn't have to tell every single teacher that they out. Sure is. Now you up? You up now? That's wild. Yeah. It's just a little bit flustered. All right, 3 hours to go. 3 hours to go. Time to 6:05. with it. My cousin Jen, she be in there shooting an AK. She came home with abs and shit. I was like, okay, girl, it's that thing. Go ahead, do your thing. I was like, my cousin's a badass. Run you down, tackle you, shoot you. Oh, that shit. Ever have that cut before? Send me a picture. I want to see your head. I want to see your head shape. I want to see how your head is shaped. I want to see that high school picture, definitely. See what I'm dealing with it. No, don't go making excuses now. gotta send me something so I can see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I said, you sound one, you don't gotta keep going. But if you like to. knocked out with the one eye covered in the black hair. That's all. Pull out in front of this truck, didn't look to see if anyone was coming, and then didn't speed up. What's wrong with you? See, I got this big ass truck. you all so rudely interrupted. So it won't cost you a thing. But I see you getting a lot of value out of it. Value. You're getting a lot of value. Just talk to me. So that's all like this. I don't just want to be another handsome face. You giggle. Oh, we know. We got that in common. Yeah, people, they don't really want to talk. They say every female's profile has someone that can hold a conversation, but they can't hold a conversation, which hurts the shit out of me. It's sad. Chicago Premium Outlets. The story of a guy named Brady that followed each other of his own. And one day he met Sally and he wanted to bone the Brady. That was a fun little show burger today. The last couple reruns before they stopped showing them reruns. When what's it? I knew I was getting old when Fresh Prince was on Nick at Night. When Fresh Prince was on Nick at Night, I was like, oh shit. How old am I? I'll do your locks. But you got to slip between my legs. No, I said, I'll do your locks, but you gotta sit between my legs. Cause I gotta sit on the couch. I can't just be standing up with some locks. It ain't happening. Oh, I ain't doing that. I'm gonna get some parts, some twists. I'm gonna twist in that new growth. Hit it. You gotta look great, kid. Oh, Top Golf. I'm gonna go Top Golf. So today I seen an anti-Elon Tesla club. It's on the highway, they were driving. All these stickers. Anti-Elon Tesla club. Huh? Bamboo cups? I thought you said Sam Luca at first. Why bamboo cups? Oh. Okay. Mango. Those neckers are good. Skittles. Taste the rainbow. Hey, Mr. Bishop, what's going on? I'm passing through your neck of the woods, as you can see, here in Chicago. Yeah, Mr. Bishop comes on. He be hitting me up every once in a while. And I'm actually passing through Chicago right now. Mr. Bishop, how's every little thing? I'm sitting here reaching for my toothpick. I done threw it away. I had some popcorn and some Jolly Ranchers. I needed that. Oh, gone now. Listen, I'm getting my feet and hands done too. I just ain't getting no paint on them. Listen, rub these dogs. Rub these dogs. I was thinking about this the other day. The next time I have some time, I need to get my feet done. I need that little lady to just scrub my heels. Yeah, scrub my heels. Hit me with the moisturizer, with the soap, with the sand in it. Give me all that. I remember the first time I went, I drank a bottle of tequila and went to get my feet done and fell asleep in the chair. I was sitting there like, it sure was. I was like, Su Ling, you married? You coming home with me. You come with me. You know what I'm saying? You understand? You'll never work again. Never. No. All you need to do is rub my feet. That's it. first time I went, I was like, oh, this was, get it now. Get it. Yeah. I won't be old with fucked up toes. It all gotta look good. Top to bottom, it gotta look right. I work hard to look good, Nicky. Yeah, you gotta get it sorted out, you know? Oh, this feels like this is a good day. I think I'm gonna slide right through again. Oh. Trying to put a nigga in the night? Oh, damn. It's time to go night, nigga. I'll cover my pillow. Buy me some nice slippers and some pajamas. Tired all of a sudden. Shit. Every time I see you, I'm gonna be like, oh, look at the time, look at the time. Oh, time to go to sleep. Relaxing and be like this, like, oh. Rub me with the salt scrub. Time to go, nigga. Let's go. Oh shit, time already. Oh, it's time to wake up. I hope you wake me up the way you put me to sleep. Wake me up the same way you put me to bed, baby. No. It's not the way that works. Same way you go to sleep, the same way you wake up in a good mood. Ready to tackle the day. Damn, my pants just got real tight just now. Look. Don't be sorry. Don't play, it's getting dark too long. Pull that back. Sitting here like this. You know what time it is. You know what time it is, Papa. run away if I say it right. Nah, I knew he was a runner. I knew about when I see him. I know it. He was a squirmer. He's a squirmer. I know it. I know a squirmer when I see him. Like, bro, I'll be right there like this. Catch this. Just like this in the middle. Throw that fastball right down the middle. Put my mask on. Oh, dressed up and went out? Last time I dressed up and went out was last year. Around September or October last year. I went to somebody's wedding. A wedding. No, I should have got dressed up and went to my buddy's funeral, but I got home just showed up and paid my respects. Yeah, that was rough. But yeah, that was the last time I got dressed up. It was end of September, beginning of October, somewhere around there. Okay. I think that could be arranged. That would be nice. Wow, I might have to put. So it's not slagging shoes dress up. It's like business casual. Wow, I can do that. Yeah, I don't want to come over me. Like, oh, I'll come right with this. I gotta go buy me some shoes. That's what I need to prepare for shoes. I gotta find a spot though. I'll show up with some Cheetos and some loafers and a collar shirt. Just fine. You ain't lying. Gotta get these ankles. Gotta get these ankles and these heels touched up. I've been lotioning the hell out of these heels. I gotta get a pumping stone or something. Yeah, I can get my feet done. Almost in Indiana. I'm not driving all night. I'm driving for another. I got 2 hours and 35 minutes on my clock, and that's it. So I'm gonna drive these next couple hours. I'll be around your way. It's already April. I might just take pay time off. Yeah. I don't get paid time off. I just get no truck payment. Just working. Yeah. On paper, I'm a Republican. I need to keep my money. Because I like a little bit from both sides. I don't want to be all just one. This is a business. The whole country is a business. Business, then you got human things to deal with. I'll say leave me alone, keep the government out of my business. Let people do what they want to a certain extent. Rules, baselines. Ah! That's a good question, man. That's a good question. Get in your lane, man. What you doing? Swerving all over the place. You only got a pickup truck. What's going on here? Where the lanes get tight at night. All this construction. Oh yeah, I know all about that. I know you're ready to be done with that. Yeah, you be driving to work early. Blackest of nights. When the sun is all the way on the other side. Drive that shit, yo. What you doing? You got that little ass van, yo. Let's go. That's right. Ah, he in front of me. Yeah, he might be getting another one. shook. Just noticing and I had to focus on this road real quick. Getting a little squirrely over here. Yeah. Trying to get a little toy. Oh, what's the question? I'm on 294. Oh, there's a little bit of both. I'm gonna be building the things that I can't do or don't have time to do. Someone else is gonna have to do. Building the house. Give me a couple Mexicans and a Jamaican to run the show. We're gonna get it done. Nah, you gotta get those Mexicans by the Guatemalan border. House. I think it'd be a nice black sports car, convertible, stick shift, rear wheel drive. But I'm really leaning towards the S-Class. Turbo W12. Bi-turbo 12. Nice. What now? Oh, the Audi. Yeah. What kind of Audi did you want? The A7? A8. You want the A8S or A8L? Or just the standard? My brother had an A8. He crashed that shit. The envelope base in the wheelbase. You know, big niggas. Oh shit. Look at that long. Yeah, hit you with the L. That's funny. I had a Yeah, but you had a lot of different factors involved with this road trip. This was different. It wasn't just you and yours. You going to Paris, Texas? Paris, France. Erotica. You, me, and Gay Patty. Bloody murder! Oh, my baby! Bloody murder. Alright. Yeah, correction. 294. Mr. Bishop. I'm over here on the phone. What we got going on? That construction over there is shifty. That road is not smooth.
It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are.
Think like me too? Thank you.
All I want for Christmas is somebody to drink my milk and eat my hairless cookie. Is that too much to ask for?
Absolutely. Excuse me, ma'am. You can't sit there.
I'm not sitting.
It's true. You could do it anywhere. On the kitchen counter,
On the fridge,
on the oven,
and even in the shower.
and it fits all sizes. Small, medium, skinny, and fat.
Now I don't have to worry about smelling my nail polish.
Oh, it's just a nail polish. Of course,
Just nail polish? Cams? And what exactly do you expect to gain from putting cams in your car?
Are you single?
I am.
Oh, why?
I think my problem is that my Venus is in Pisces. I over romanticize things. So like I'll see somebody and then I write a script for like how our relationship is gonna go. And then it's like when we're together, they don't follow the script and I don't really fuck with improv. So I lose interest.
Did they put all that on the birth certificate? What's the craziest thing you got the hit for?
I don't like to see happiness sometimes. I don't know. I just saw a man like smiling, like you know, after a party when you're popping balloons, and like he was popping the balloon and he was like playing with it before he popped it, and I looked over and I was just like, all the sexual tension leaving
So this is why you're single, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My fault.
Well, let's start.
Hey, I love those.
Thank you, I love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
Want a date?
Are you being serious?
You want a little date?
The fairy is too stunned to speak.
Only go on dates with people that give you an enthusiastic yes. When they hesitate and ignore your huge bitties, just shaking in their face, that's a no. Find somebody that knows your worth. Why am I getting so mad at this?
Damn, you'd hope this was a skit, but it ain't. I talked to too many of them. I know it's real for sure. They're unhinged. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do.
You take a picture with your ass out and your back bent in with your pussy barely peeking through from a low angle with your face in it, winking with your tongue out and your feet in it, and your arches exposed and your toes clenched and your torso at 3/4 rotation.
Well, she said she was a model, right?
Notice a superpower that not enough people talk about on here? The ability to follow your plan and not your mood. That shit, it's one of those things that's such a paradox because it's so simple in theory. Yeah, of course, if I have a big goal, if I want to lose 50 pounds, build muscle, I want to build a business, I have to do things that put me towards that just about every day, whether I feel like it or not. Simple concept. Work every day towards something, you'll get closer, right? But then you get to that point where you really don't feel like doing it, and you realize, one, your brain is not your friend, and two, this is way fucking harder in application than it is in theory. So I always say it isn't easy, but it is simple. These things are not easy to do, but they are simple to understand in theory. But the fact of the matter is, if you can just work towards things every day, regardless of your emotional state, you don't rely on motivation, you don't rely on being happy, you just do the thing and take the emotion out of it, whatever it is, ultimately the world is your fucking oyster. Like the last few days have been rough, and the last thing I wanted to do is make content, podcast, and definitely haven't wanted to train, and I've done all fucking 3 of them. And here's the beautiful thing. I know now that even though it's probably not the best progress that I could have made towards the goal, it's some 1% rule. I probably had 20% to give every day this week, but I gave it. So that day it's 100%. And I get the me on the other side of the thing. The feeling of having done the thing you were supposed to do when you really didn't want to do it is the most incredible dopamine hit you can experience. So today is Saturday. You have the opportunity to fuck off, maybe skip what you had planned that was going to move you forward towards your goals. I urge you, no, I implore you to just do it anyway and then earn your leisure afterward. And I promise you're going to feel so fucking proud of yourself. It isn't easy, but it is simple. Don't overcomplicate it.
Guys, this is the key to life. I've been doing this forever. I don't really care how I feel, and even if I check in with myself and ask myself, or like how I'm feeling in the morning, I say, no one cares, straight up. Go get your shit done no matter what.
Right.
And there is such a huge dopamine hit on the other side of doing the things you didn't want to do.
When you said, I'm all in, were you really all in? Let me tell you what the cost of being all in is. Early mornings, late nights, being misunderstood, having very few friends, being your own cheerleader. People always talk about, man, I'm a hard worker. Everybody in this room is a hard worker. That's not going to separate you from anybody else. What are you working hard on?
Hey guys, if you're looking for the wildest police videos YouTube has to offer, you gotta pay us attention. People in the comments are saying you can never trust him again. If he'd lie about that, he'd lie about anything. But man, it's a tough one because if you tell them the truth, they're gonna get pissed. If you get caught lying, you're screwed. But can we get a little eye candy every once in a while? Come on, trying to get some material for when I bend you over.
Wasabi seconds ain't my style.
Today's motivation is short and sweet. Bitch, I ain't the one hoe. And let's have a good week.
As a blind mom of 2, here's how I know my toddler's ripped off his diaper and peed somewhere in the house.
I am enough as I am.
You're just a bitch.
I don't chase, I attract. I deserve everything.
Something. Nobody is coming to save me.
I'm a strong, independent woman.
Is that it? Is this the power of My family is counting on me. I must push forward.
This is how my exact dialogue works. I got the shit talker of the century going on in my head. Sometimes I tell them, fuck you too, fuck that. But hey guys, let me know, does that shit work on you? When you talk shit on yourself in your head, does it motivate you or is it really breaking you down? Let me know.
Are you ready for a little one?
Here we go.
Big taster? That's completely different.
Oh, would you look at the time? It's time to call you a good boy, because you're a good boy, right?
What the fuck? Damn, this shit's a crime, guys. I'm out here looking for 10s and fuck, I'm looking for 8s. I can't even find a motherfucking 8 because it's a lie. It's just crazy.
Smile at someone today. Make somebody happy. You have more power than you think you do. Enjoy your day, or night, or week.
Find a reason to smile today, guys. Rest in peace, Mac Miller.
That's a fucking Toyota Tundra, son. V8 too, baby. Damn, boy.
Hey, I think your headlights are on.
How do you know they jack?
No, those ones.
Oh yeah, these are aftermarket, they're always on.
Nice.
You can't heal if you keep pretending it doesn't hurt. The emotions you refuse to acknowledge don't disappear. They become the invisible forces shaping your reactions, your fears, your relationship choices. That pain you're avoiding, it's showing up in your life anyway. In your defensiveness, in your midnight thoughts, in your hesitation to trust again. Be honest with yourself. Stop calling yourself fine when you're breaking inside. Your mind needs permission to process what happened, not constant pressure to ignore it. Seeing with pain isn't wallowing. It's witness work. It's saying, this happened. It hurt me. I deserve the time to heal properly. This doesn't mean getting stuck there. It means giving yourself exactly what you needed in that moment. Validation, compassion, understanding. The strongest people aren't those who never hurt.
Raise your Oliver, yeah, come for the ride, my guy.
Their wounds instead of hiding from them. Because what you face transforms. What you avoid controls you.
It's really important to process it all, but don't forget to let it all go. All right, y'all, let's see what I got for you today. Well, I'm out on the yard and they're sandblasting, so that compressor's whistling, but see if y'all can hear it. Ultimately, today, one of my employees came to me and was like, man, I never have enough money.
Still struggling with it though. Got some congestion, got a cough. But came across these video profiles.
He's fake. He's like, I don't give a this nigga. Get to the video.
Y'all see Kanye? You read my mind, Chris.
I know.
Get to Kanye. Yeah, that must be written all over.
Yo. He do. And he thought, I swear, look at you.
I've been sitting around for like a week dodging you, mother.
Really have a problem with Kendrick. I would never call Kendrick a, you know what I'm saying? I don't like what happened with the song and that whole
idea. I don't like how they used Kendrick. That's right. And also, I don't like him saying he the number one because I'm the number one. They feel like even when you criticize the Super Bowl performance, you're like, man, I didn't like him on Cardi's album. He got too many verses. Like, yeah, he could rap, but he ain't want to hear this shit. Y'all don't go to church? God is an angry God. God is a jealous God. What are you talking about? I'm the closest thing to God on earth.
Oh my God, yo.
That's how God acts.
But yet you come to us as a black Klansman.
Not a black Klansman,
Grand Wizard. He the only member.
I think Kanye is like a artistic thinker. That's why he's like an artsy guy. He's trying to make a message. He's sending subliminal messages. Like, you know what I get from that? First when I saw it, I was just laughing at him. I said, it's too. But after you like study him for a while, I think what he's doing, and he's like, look at me, I'm a black man. Now I'm the man. He's telling black people to empower themselves. I think it's something or another, but he's trying to say, hey, empower yourself like the racist white people used to do. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. That's like that, or he's got an album fit to come out.
Right. He has an album out right now. It's called Bully.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's why he's doing this.
Wow. Didn't know that.
He's got an album out?
Yes.
By itself?
I don't know. I ain't listening to it.
But there comes a point when people, like, for the stuff you're doing, they don't want to listen to your music. Like,
yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing?
You just want attention, like, you know, and that's.
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but we got another clip.
I think you said something important. You're not expecting everybody around you to be dick riders and agree with you, but when they speak out against you, you feel like it's either necessary. That's a form of betrayal, right? Yeah, like Ty put up the tweet before we landed. He said, "I gotta say something." I said, "I'm not racist, but Ye is." We agreed upon that. When I landed, he put up, "I don't condone hate speech." You letting these niggas put words in your mouth. I 137x'd his career. Not one, not two, not 137x it. And while I'm on a plane, you put up word by word Jewish vernacular. My thing is, we can sit and talk it out. I know they on your head, but nigga, you don't got to denounce me. Period. And if you do, you talk to me about how we gonna do it. See, all these street niggas and this niggas running around with guns, got bodies, they think they the boss, so they think I'm a Vic or some shit. They think because I give high salaries, yeah, I'm a billionaire. I don't give a fuck about that shit. See, this is my issue with Jim Jones, right? So he says he's gonna get a jib or a div. I don't know what the word is, but basically, like, he gonna get a percentage if he introduced me to. And I know Jim Jones wants me to meet with Mr. Pink to make $2 million off a crypto coin, next Tarantino film, right? So then I found out before the second meeting that he was gonna make this money. So, did he tell you? He said that he's gonna get a percentage. He didn't tell me what it was, and he didn't say he's gonna give me a piece of it either. When I found out how much money it was, I was like, you know, listen.
You got to answer that rotary phone.
Okay, send him to room 59.
Post video? Just sit there like, man, we doing an interview right now.
Right.
And you taking phone calls?
Right. He like, send the bottle up to room 14.
I got dude didn't budge.
Want me to
keep going.
So when I you found out about when I found out that he was getting the money, I was like, how much money is it? Yeah, I'm gonna take that meeting. for you to get the money, but I guess I gotta sit there. Where you go? Like I wasn't like, oh, nigga, you ain't tell me. I'm like, I still took the meeting and it still got the money, right?
So you got paid $2 million.
Yes.
For you taking the meeting.
For me taking the meeting. But watch.
So he said he took a meeting. Jim Jones got $2 million. Okay? I'll let it play.
Behind my back, I ain't really know about it. People be doing shit behind my back. My issue with Jim was we working on clothes. And I said, look, send me a PDF. For anybody who doesn't know, it's like a group of pictures in a folder that you send to the iPhone. You could do like 300 pictures, 10 pictures on it, 10 pages. I said, send me a PDF of all the ideas, all the young niggas you know in New York. Let me see all of this shit right now. Let the king see everything that's happening, right? This man tells me, I don't know how to make a PDF. That was way more disrespectful to me than the nigga figuring out how to get the $2 million. You understand? Get to my face. You gonna lie to me about a PDF? After I sat and took the meeting for you, you took the money and I ain't even asked your broke ass for a percentage?
Maybe he didn't know how to do it.
Do you think one of his young brothers knew how to do it?
Yeah.
Do you think that he could have figured it out after they made $2 million?
Right.
Next subject.
Right.
You can't figure that out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I understand where he's coming. It was slapping his face.
Right.
That guy, DJ Academics, how do you keep a straight face interviewing somebody in a black clan outfit?
And don't address it. He don't address it at all.
How could you take that person serious, though?
Right.
Yeah, and then you challenge him with a question. Maybe he didn't know how. He could break out the whip.
Yo.
What you challenge him?
Yo. Academics should have said, so what you gonna do to Jim Jones? You gonna burn a cross in front of his house?
Like, you know, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Why didn't I think of that?
It's gonna be a wooden statue of him on it. It's gonna have sound effects.
Yeah, I don't know why he's wearing that outfit. It looks crazy. I think it's what OT said. Just OT said.
It's no different from Will Smith's son walking around with a castle in his head, like it's saying something.
He's coming out with something too, right? He Will Smith coming out with some kind of.
Oh yeah. It came out the 28th. Yeah. I don't know.
Did he need to apologize to Chris Rock?
Hey, supposed to apologize, right? He did, but he said he to him, but Chris ain't taking it up.
He didn't make it public though.
Want to keep your hairline where it is? Through Hims.com, you can explore a range of options that work best for you. So you can.
Alright, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today. The first story that I've got for you guys today, the Arnold Classic South America competitor list just came out. And it's got a lot of people kind of interested because Good Vito's not on the list. Now, this has happened before where guys that we know are doing the show were not on the list the day it came out and they still ended up being at the show. And I'm assuming that's the case here because Good Vito, in all of his recent posts, has referenced how many weeks out he is and tags the Arnold Classic South America, specifically saying that's what he's doing. And I think clearly, looking at Vito's updates, he's certainly way ahead of the 6-week out mark, which he would be under 6 weeks now from Pittsburgh, which is the next show that he's doing. So I'm assuming he's still doing the show, even though he's not on the list. Why he's not on the list, I have no idea. I mean, he's made it pretty clear that that's the show he's doing, all of the updates that we've gotten from him. So I don't know why he's not on the list, but it's a very short list, and it is kind of what I thought it was going to be. So you've got Guilherme Abame, Andre Carlisle, Marcelo Pedro de Cruz, Catiano Foster, Guido Rodriguez, Leandro Perez, who's a guy that we've talked about before as being potentially the biggest threat in this lineup to Good Vito, and David Silva. So essentially this entire lineup is Brazilian bodybuilders, with the exception of one from Paraguay. And this is kind of what I expected because going into this show, I hadn't heard anything or seen really anybody talk about doing this show besides David Vito and Leandro Perez. So, I mean, clearly there's no really big names here. I don't think any of these guys have ever even been qualified for the Olympia. So assuming that Good Vito is still doing this show, I think he's got a really good shot at getting his Olympia qualification here. Again, I don't know why he's not on the list, but I mean, if you look at that video that Good Vito posted a couple weeks ago, the one got everybody talking, he literally tags and says in that video, he's 2 weeks out, and he tags the Arnold Classic South America. So I'm pretty sure he's still doing it. Don't know why he's not on the list. And he did just post another physique update earlier today. And again, he does look like he out from the show. He doesn't look like he's 6 weeks out from Pittsburgh. I think he is doing this show, and I think he'd honestly be crazy not to do it. Like I've said before, the last time that Good Vito did the South America show last year, the only two guys that placed ahead of him were Antonio Burton and Rafael Brandao. There's nobody on this list, at least in my opinion, that's even close to the level that those two guys are on, because those are guys that win shows. Those are guys that are top Olympians. Antonio and Rafael have both been able to crack the top 10 at the Olympia. And like I said, those are the only two guys that placed ahead of Good Vito last time. And then also he gave a top 4 Olympian, even though Martin was not where he is now at that last year's Detroit Pro. But he gave Martin a run for his money back then too. I think if Good Vito did this show, it would be a relatively easy victory for him. And even though the lineup's not the deepest, the most exciting, it would still be a really good feather in his cap to get his first professional win, because even with all this talk about Good Vito, he's still never won a pro show yet. He's never gotten an Olympia qualification. And especially knowing what he's going to be walking into in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is going to be a tough one for sure. And to say that there's no guarantees in Pittsburgh that he's going to win would be an understatement. So I would think that the best move for him would be to do this show, because he's probably going to win, and he would be going into Pittsburgh already with the Olympia qualification. He'd also have the momentum of technically winning an Arnold Classic title going into that show. Like I said, even though it's not the biggest lineup, it's an Arnold Classic title. And I still think that going into a show against guys like Derek, Martin, Nick, Rizzo, Bonac, having never won a pro show, I feel like it's still to make the argument that Good Vito would do well in a lineup like that, because these are guys that have not only won pro shows, these are guys that have won the Olympia, like Derek. These are guys that have won the New York Pro, like Nick. These are guys that have been top 4 at the Olympia, like Martin. Martin beat Chris Bumstead in Prague. So I feel like the hype and the momentum for Good Vito going into Pittsburgh would be a lot greater if he wins this Arnold Classic Brazil. I still think he's doing it. I think the competitor list probably is just not complete. I mean, he literally said 2 weeks ago he's doing it, and he lives in Brazil. So I can't imagine that he's not. But I guess we'll find out this weekend. It's not going to be, I really don't think it's going to be that exciting of a show if he doesn't do it. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is it just a fluke that his name's not on this list? I still think he's doing it. I think he's got a really good shot at winning if he does. Now, next up in the news, I wanted to take a quick look at the full results for the Detroit Pro, just to talk about some of the placings that we didn't talk about much at all in the other 2 videos. Detroit Pro, obviously, I think the fan reaction, the internet reaction, this was a really, really well-produced show. I think it was very enjoyable, and I think the overall feedback was, from the production to the lighting, to the black backdrop, to the competitors, to the competition itself, I think a lot of people agree this was one of the better shows that we've seen in a while from a fan perspective. And again, a free live stream is always great. William Bonac ended up winning, and I think people might be surprised to see that Bonac at both prejudging and finals was unanimously in first place. So maybe not as close between him and Sasarati as people seem to think. Sas was also unanimously in second place at both prejudging and finals. James Hollingshead rounding out the top 3 there. Ron Gordon in 4th. Aaron Gawley, I guess it's pronounced, in 5th. Justin Muzio in 6th. And Carlos Thomas Jr., who we talked about a little bit, ended up in 7th place. So I wanted to pull up the video of Carlos Thomas Jr.'s individual routine from Gilco. And honestly, I think Carlos looked very similar to what we saw at the Arnold Classic. I didn't feel like he looked like he really improved his condition at all. And again, I don't like to be overly negative on Carlos because his physique is one of my favorite physiques right now. It's just that when it comes down to conditioning, he's just really not seeming to put it together. And I thought that maybe in the gap between the Arnold and this show, we would see those improvements from Carlos. I thought maybe, in 4 weeks he would be able to tighten up and bring something at least a little bit different from the Arnold. And even with this really good lighting, good backdrop, I feel like this package was very similar conditioning-wise to the Arnold, almost the same. And the placing was only slightly better, but obviously the lineup here was not quite as competitive as the Arnold Classic lineup. Because, I mean, the guy that won the Detroit show, William Bonac, even though he looked amazing here, he was 5th at the Arnold, so this lineup was weaker. So arguably Carlos placing 7th here when he placed 9th at the Arnold. The 7th place here might even be worse than 9th at the Arnold. I just think the guy is so talented, and I really want to see him bring it together and have a very competitive match. I don't know that we are going to see that, at least not in the near future, but I guess you could make the argument, though, if you look at the rest of the competitor list, he did beat more people, technically, than he beat at the Arnold. But still, the lineup was just not even comparable. Well, it was comparable, but it was definitely a different caliber of lineup than the Arnold was. He was only 2 placings better at this show. But at the risk of sounding redundant, I still want to say again, take my hat off to Fuad and the whole team there, because that show just really, really over-delivered. It was really good from top to bottom. And the bonuses that we got on top of it, Samson Dowda and Martin Fitzwater doing the guest posing. Granted, they are sponsored by Hostile, so I guess that was expected. But then the King of Detroit thing with Martin and Matt Grego, I thought that was really cool. Just very, very unique ideas they implemented here. And I hope that this inspires more shows to take a more bold approach to what they're doing. Like, the thing they did with the lighting in the backdrop, that was cool, but it's not like that controversial of a thing. It's not like that, no one else seemed to.
Now, there's not a JM Awards, but if ever there were, and there was a category called Most Dedication from a Follower, I think a strong contender will be this guy in the passenger seat right now, because he's travelled all the way from the Netherlands, which if you're from America, that involves getting on a boat, by the way, to bring me his car for review. And we're talking about a 2000 Toyota MR2, sometimes called the MR2 Spider, sometimes called the MR2 Roadster, sometimes called the MRS. It's the 3rd and currently final iteration of Toyota's little sports car for the people. Now, I don't know how things are where you guys come from, but here, if you want to buy an MR2, this is the cheapest one, and it's also the newest. Tell me only one thing. People don't really like them. That, to me, has always seemed a little bit unfair. Now, I've generally had only a passing interest in any MR2, but lately I've gained a real fondness and appreciation for the 2nd generation car. And with the weather getting a bit nicer, I've been thinking about getting myself something of a fun convertible as a daily. And with the limited budget that I have as a smaller YouTuber, one of these has been fairly high on my list. I mean, there's a lot, as far as I'm concerned, going for it. It's not a bad looking car. Okay, it is quite blatantly a bit of a rip-off of the then relatively new Boxster, but that's fine, I don't really mind that. It's kind of quirky and cute.
If you're living with severe alopecia areata, it's time.
That's fine, I don't really mind that. It's kind of quirky and cute. It's very lightweight, so if you subscribe to the whole Lotus light and bright school of thought, it'll please you there. This car weighs in at under 1,000 kilos. It's considerably lighter than its forebear. It's available with a little 1.8 litre 4-cylinder engine, which is actually relatively economical when it wants to be, and the interior is not that bad either. In fact, I would say it's a pretty high quality one when you consider the fact that this was a cheap Japanese sports car. So what is wrong with it? Well, I mean, you just look at it, I suppose you could say that it rides a little bit too high, but maybe the biggest issue is the choice of engines in this car. Now, I'll confess to having made a little bit of a mistake myself, or a false assumption. I had just thought that these were available from factory with the 190 horsepower 2ZZ that was available in the Celica, or the Celica as the Americans like to call it, of the time. I was wrong. You can only have this 1ZZ 140 horsepower engine with not a lot of torque, and that's a bit of an odd choice. I can't think of any decent reason why Toyota would do that. I mean, they had the spicier engine available to them. It will fit in the engine bay just fine because loads of people have done the conversion, and it's a brilliant engine that suits a small lightweight sports car down to the ground, as proven by Lotus, who put it in the Elite, and it was one of the best engines Lotus have ever had. Now, this car is a bit of a novelty to the channel because it is almost completely stock. In fact, the only modifications are an uprated head unit for the stereo, a different tip on the exhaust, and a short shifter kit. Now, the short shifter has taken me a little bit of time to get used to, but it's not so bad once you kind of know what it feels like. It is an incredibly short throw, and I am always slightly worried about putting it into the wrong gear. It's possibly got something to do with the fact that I did that in the last project that I drove. Now, this car's owner has told me that he intends to buy an Elise and go on a road trip with it at some point, and so he's interested in my opinion on how this compares to the iconic Lotus car. Well, I can tell him with some authority that actually when you start pushing on, it is very different to an Elise. The front end washes wide quite easily, and that's going to be a lot down to the suspension. So my Elise had aftermarket nitrons on, but they were the softest nitrons that were available. Even still, that was a very planted car. Now, the Elise had an issue with the fact that it was so light. When you were trying to get a move on in less than ideal conditions, that very low front weight actually could work against the car. It's something that can happen with all mid-engine cars. If the front isn't hooked up, you're in trouble, and you might just assume that it would always go around the corner, but actually that's not the case. And in hard braking as well, if the road's wet and a lighter car that's mid-engined, well, the front's got nothing pushing down on it. In fact, in my Elise, you look at the weight figures, the front end has only something like about 300 kilos on it, and that's not a lot. This is not going to be far off. It's a little bit heavier than my Elise, but not by the margin that you would think. This car does counter by being an awful lot more comfortable. I mean, way comfier. It's actually, well, really nice. I'm struggling to think of a better way to describe it than that. However, you can tell that it's possibly a little too soft on the suspension if you want to drive aggressively. But this also has its original wheels on there, which are relatively small, and it's got big side profiles on the tyres, so that's all going to add to this sort of feeling of relative softness. Now, the steering isn't as heavy as it is in the Elise. This is electrically assisted, and it's not laggy in feel. The car turns nicely. You can feel that the chassis does exactly what you tell it to. There's no hesitation whatsoever. It's one of the benefits of having a mid-engine car is your polar moment of inertia is very low. What's that mean? Well, that is the time it takes for a car to go from being told to turn to turning. Mid-engine cars naturally are very good at that because they haven't got any big mass at their extremities. Refinement is actually also quite impressive in this car too. I took it out of the hard top one earlier to see what it was like, and actually it was very good. In fact, these cars look great with the hard top on. One of the most successful styling exercises of a convertible with hard top that I've seen. Now the MR2 lasted quite a while, being I think about 8 years in total. There was a facelift in the middle of that which brought with it a 6-speed gear. This being an earlier car has the 5-speed. Now 6-speed, the initial 5 ratios are geared precisely the same as this, and 6 was a longer cruising gear, which means that if I was going to seek one of these out, I would want a 6-speed gearbox. If you're considering one of these as a first convertible, it's certainly got a lot going for it. You can pick up an immaculate one of these in the UK for only a few £1,000s, and it will be a real minter. And there's a lot of them that are well looked after, and the good news is that they were popular enough that there's still a lot out there. Granted, they are now beginning to disappear, as with all things of this age, but they generally seem to be quite solid little cars. There are a few issues with the particular earlier ones, and the general boogeyman of this car is the precats. They are known to disintegrate, and they can then be sucked back into the engine. If you don't believe me, look it up. In fact, the Ferrari 430 even suffered from a very similar problem with disintegrating cat being by the car. The Ferrari, it's quite expensive to put right. In one of these, it's still going to wreck the engine, but the good news is the replacement engine is relatively cheap, or it'd be a good excuse to do a swap with one of these. Now, you may have already seen the fact that I have driven a heavily modified V6 example, and I believe I've also been offered a 2ZZ swap car, so I'm hoping that at some point in the near future I'll be able to drive that and then see whether that really does work better in this car. Another thing which is at least like is the view out the front. You've got these two little hubs where the light clusters are hidden, and that helps you place the car. Not that it's particularly difficult anyway, because it's a nice little size this. It looks like it's a bit wider and chunkier than an MX-5, but I'm not sure it's significantly bigger. It's a styling thing, more or less. With the little wind deflector at the back up, which actually does make a difference, it's not too bad in here. The Elise, again, is a bit better on the interior refinement front when you're at speed with the roof down. Of course, the problem with an Elise is that when you're on the motorway and you want to just cruise, it's still shouty and rattly. This car feels much more refined. You feel the front and back in this car wagging around quite a bit. In fact, in many ways, it actually bears resemblance to the second generation BMW Z4 that I drove down this road. You really can't push hard with it. In fact, even at these modest speeds, I'm not doing the speed limit, and I can feel the front washing wide there. So even something like a hot hatch is going to run away from you on these roads. And that being said, having driven a heavily modified example, I do know that with some help they can be excellent handling cars, even as much as my BMW M3 is on track in a corner. A modified MR2 will keep up with it, no problem at all. This one though, I've actually got to be a bit careful with, because you can get yourself into trouble with it. I wouldn't be surprised if the softer suspension is responsible for some of the car's wayward reputation, because you can't control the mass quite as easily when it seems to be bouncing around. I'm not quite sure what Toyota were thinking. However, if you're not trying to treat it as a 9/10 car and you treat it as a 6/10 car, it is much more enjoyable. And with that engine not being too shouty, actually it's quite easy to kind of relax in this and to just float down the road with it. In fact, a lot about it feels like it wants to be a nice, decent, fun little convertible daily. However, there is one massive problem which single-handedly stopped dead my search for one of these. That's the boot space. There's basically none. I mean, seriously, look at it. It's comical. You get the spare in there and you're done. There's a sort of bench-type storage space behind here, which is actually more generous than you would think, but if I want to get my bare essentials into this car, which is my filming kit, I couldn't do it. It would be impossible. And that's a great shame. So I can kind of understand why Toyota didn't really sell very many, because if you want to go away, not really going to be the easiest thing. And that's why I have mega respect for Peter, because he is doing just that. He is going away, and not only is he going away in this car, he's going camping as well. The mad Dutch bastard. So I wish him the best of luck, because I took the Evora camping once and I thought I was being brave, but to do it in one of...
It's not even going in, it's just falling straight out. It's a whole... something happening.
What are you doing? Can we start? What do you say? No, he did. Boy, the world is a crazy place. Damn. Bro, look at the transition. Bro, look at the final product. Some dudes probably borderline would never even question. Oh man, this is witchcraft.
We do that in real life. I got hooked up with someone that liked me for a very long time. He was like, taking me out, buying drinks, doing all of that. How many days he think about it? He's been doing it for years. Sometimes you can just be so consistent with a girl that you'll feel like, oh damn, I owe this to this person. Like, so I remember one time we was all hanging out. I went home with him and stuff like that. So, he ate my food, all of that type of stuff. He pulled it out, and I was like, yo, I was like, I gotta call my son is calling me. Like,
it's 3:20. I need to sleep. Nah. I'm pretty sure she already has a body that she regrets. Nonetheless, bro, stop wasting your money, man. Stop wasting your money. You're not getting anywhere. This man was super nice for years. For years. He was pulling the long-term play. I'm gonna do this and that. And then one day she's gonna think that she owes me, or she's really gonna think I'm just a nice guy. That's not. There's about to rain outside. And then when my time comes, I'm straight. It's a long-term investment. But in this case, bro, that long-term investment did not pay off. Stop it. Don't do that. You didn't have the right facilities, bro, to be her needs, man. She cut you off, bro. So now you just wasted your time, your money, you embarrass yourself. Man, just go try to keep it real with someone. So that's all you need.
so you just gonna pay the rest of your life?
I'm paying the whole. This shit is not working.
I just can't understand why you saying this more.
Heart broke, no feelings, hurt, none of that. I paid the whole, and I paid the whole, get what I want, they go that way, and on my way.
Dog, say he ain't got time. He ain't got time to play no games, boy. He got a little bit of money. Let me go ahead and give a little bit of this disability check real quick, just go ahead and pay a little bit off that Social Security income tax. You do your thing, and we have free cookie for life.
This is why I canceled my DoorDash subscription and switched to cooking. After months spending way too much on DoorDash, I got bored of eating
security income tax. You do your thing, and we out the way. I don't want to get hurt, but I'm not suggesting that. I just thought this clip was funny.
The only time you'll hear it compare themselves to a man is when you try to clock them on their body count. Then they'll be like, it's not fair that men can go fuck 100 bitches and we get bashed for doing what we want with like 100 dudes.
Even at the end of this clip, you really don't have to say much. You just listen. All you have to do is just listen and just let them play themselves, pretty much. If you're a female and you're saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna get jealous because I let 100 dudes run through me. That's all you had to say. I ain't had to say it. You said it and embarrassed yourself.
Fellas, if you looking for a woman that will do what she told and shut up and cooperate and be submissive and cook during the week and make your lunch and work out and don't got no kids, that's me. You don't need to look no further. Okay, I know these women out here got mouths on them. I don't got no mouth on me. I know when to shut up. I know when to listen. Okay, I know when to let a man lead. I know you run the house. I stand next to you. You my king.
Absolute thirst trap. I don't trust it. I don't believe it. Something's hiding. I see a pillow in front of you. Something gotta be wrong with you. I don't know. You might be a big girl. I mean, nothing wrong with big girls, but I'm saying like you just hiding something. I can tell something's wrong. You can't just be doing all that and still don't have a man.
I'm about to go on a date with a man that is shorter than me, but he is funny. Or yeah, he's funny. He's funny. He's funny. So we won't be doing that again.
We said this before in another video. We said this before. We said that funny dudes have a way of breaking down the barrier and getting females. I don't know what it is. It's charm, it's risk, it's the funny thought of being around someone that's just gonna make you laugh and feel good and have a good time. Bro, they always pull on something, bro. I do not put it past a funny dude, bro. Funny dudes can probably get a girl way faster than anybody else. That's just me. They just have this unique way of just breaking down the barrier to get to the biggest stuff. That's just what it is, bro. They can literally laugh your pants off. Laugh your girl pants off, bro. Man. I know what time it is.
Fellas out there, let a man tear you up for $100 million. Me personally, no, that's my thing. I like women, but would you let a man hit you from the back and tear you up for $100 million? I got a homie that said he will gladly get stretched for that $100 million. He said, y'all, he gonna get tore up, but he's up 100 M. So hey, let me know what y'all do. I'm not taking it. I'm not getting some. Imagine just submitting to another man, like that's crazy work. Y'all got it, bro. But hey, let me know what y'all gonna do.
To the real, I am not. There's no amount of money. Dudes be doing it for free, let alone $100 million. But I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. There's no amount.
Crazy business.
I'm not doing it. There's no amount of money you can put on something like that, bro. Stuff is invaluable. Stuff is invaluable.
You know what's so crazy? Is that every day men leave their house with no water bottle, no chapstick, no hand sanitizer, no extra layer of clothing just in case it starts to get cold, no sunglasses, no Tylenol, no coffee, no lunch, no snacks, just their keys in their wallet. Just chaotic and reckless. Just roaming around like creatures. Do y'all survive?
You know, I thought about this one time and I'm like, man, some men, a good handful of men, we don't need a lot of things to get our day started. We don't. We can really just get out there and just chill. We can get out there and just go stop at the gas station and get our coffee. We can go out there and just buy the things we need. I'm not saying just leave, but we just so simple. We kind of just
car wallet, keys, if you got a pocket knife, pocket knife, you roll out, bro. That's really all you need. You really don't need much of anything else. Men are just that easy. Men are just that easy. And I promise you, man, you're gonna get into a car one day or in a house, or you're gonna date a woman one day that she just can't leave on time for nothing in the world, bro. Watch how she get out the car. Take forever to get out the car. Forever to get out the car. Once you notice that, you gotta abide by time management rules, bro. You gotta lie about when y'all need to get there because she ain't gonna never be ready on time.
My name is Anya.
Anya, how old are you?
I am 35.
And what do you do?
I am a construction project manager.
Oh, okay. Now, what are some things like to do for fun?
I like to hike. I love to read. I like to journal and I like to spend a lot of time with kids.
Nice. And how many kids do you have?
I have two. A 13-year-old son and an 8-year-old daughter.
Okay. And now, what do you look for in a man?
Honesty. Genuineness. I look for somebody to be themselves. Nothing that's over the top. Just simple pleasures.
Okay. Okay. And now, what are some of your deal breakers?
A liar. I do not like a liar. Okay. I would just say that's honestly the only thing. I feel like that a lot of things can actually just be worked out through time, but you'll know instantly if that person is for you or not.
Right. Okay, cool. So we have not got any pop balloons yet, so let me hand you a pig.
Okay.
Oh, so they were waiting for me to hand you a pig, huh?
No way.
Let's go over here and see my dad's gonna pop in. Your name and age, and why did you end up popping your balloons?
I'm Jonathan, 41. Just pop initial attraction. It's not attractive.
That's wonderful.
And now is he someone that's your type?
You're not genuine, but probably not.
And why not?
I just really don't like light skin like that.
So over here, your name and age, and why did you end up popping your balloon?
JVL 43.
Why'd you pop your balloon?
Just saying, not the exact initial address. But cool vibe, for sure.
Awesome, thank you.
Now, is he someone that's your type?
Honestly, yes, you are very well put together, so you look very nice tonight.
Appreciate it, thank you much.
No problem.
Let's head down over here. Your name and age, and why did you end up popping your balloon?
My name is Sincere, I'm 45. Seem like cool. Seem like you'd probably be fun, you know what I'm saying? Kick it with things of that nature. Just don't seem like we align. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to get in the gym, hiking. I ain't going hiking. I ain't getting on nobody's mountain. I ain't climbing up. That's just not my style. I go to the gym and work out, but yeah, hiking, no, I'm a pass.
Okay. Absolutely. I totally respect that. A lot of people can't, but that's okay.
Right. I feel that too. They take a lot to better climb up and down the mountains. It's kind of like, for what? Why?
It's beautiful.
I understand for some people. For me, now we don't do it.
All right. So now is he someone that's your type?
Sincere seems like a very nice person, but unfortunately, no, you're not my type.
And why not?
I just don't really particularly like the tight shirt. It's just a little tight for me. That's about it.
She said tight.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Where you from?
I'm from Indiana.
I can tell.
We're not gonna do that tonight.
I can hear the country twang. That's all I'm saying. I'm from Houston. There's no knock here.
Thank you. So we have one more down here. Your name and age, and why did you pop your balloon?
My name is Nick. I'm 40. To be honest, I wouldn't see myself like, you're beautiful. You're gorgeous. But I don't see myself like, being with you, like, as my woman.
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know, so I'm gonna need you to tell.
I know, like, somebody else is gonna be like, oh, she's so beautiful, keep her, but I don't see it.
They said I'd lose my hair like my mama did until I discovered how to activate my healthy energy. Listen up, sis.
Somebody else is gonna be like, oh, she's so beautiful, keep her, but I don't see you as my girlfriend or type.
Okay.
Is he someone that's your type?
No.
Okay, why not?
You seem very nice. Okay. You're just not my type at all. But you're nice. I can't knock you on your clothing there. It's different. I like it. But the fact that you keep saying that you don't know if I could be your girlfriend just shows me that you don't really know what you want. So you don't really know if I can be your girlfriend or not because baby, you don't know me. But that's okay. Thank you for popping. Absolutely.
All right, we've got one unpopped balloon. Yep, stand right here next to me. Your name and age.
My name is Reggie and I'm 44.
And Reggie, you're still holding on to your balloon myself.
Well, I was just being nice, but here's the thing. You made a comment earlier.
Yes.
You said you don't do light skin.
Absolutely.
Right. So I'm light skinned.
Yes, you are.
I got a daughter. She's light skinned, and I'm gonna have light skinned brothers everywhere.
That works for me, sir. And your daughter wasn't part of the conversation. I said her light skin being.
If you don't like light skin,
My daughter's light skin too.
That's colorism.
But
If you don't like my light skinned self, how you gonna approve of my light skinned child? You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry if you feel like I was being racist towards the light-skinned brothers, but let me make sure I turn this way and say, sir, I apologize if I said that the reason why I didn't like you was because you was light-skinned. I would never discriminate just because you're light-skinned. You're just not my type. That don't make me a racist.
Honestly, I don't even take offense to it.
You did. Your feelings was hurt.
No, you took it as me taking offense to it. I'm just telling you straight out.
You brought your daughter in the mix, but we're not gonna argue about that tonight.
So clearly he's not your type.
No, he talked too much. He got a lot going on.
Dude, what's crazy is what I've been watching this clip, and as the clip goes on, bro, she is coming out the shell. And you gotta ask yourself, when you're on this show, you're single. What is the reason why you're single? And I'm not saying that she is shrewd, but she is hella shrewd, clever, quick with the tongue. She has a gift for gab, and I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. Getting in an argument with her, you're probably not winning at all, dog. Like, I'm looking at her, she's really not even really arguing with these men. I can only imagine what it's like when it's a real argument. Woo! Bro, you wanna know why you're single? Because you probably argue a lot. And I'm not saying that's the case, but just a little bit of what I'm hearing, I'm like, nobody would want to have an argument with you. Like, nobody.
So a 13-year-old opened up a hot dog stand in front of his home, and some of the neighbors were not happy about it. So what did they do? They complained to the health department. But when the health officials showed up, instead of shutting them down, the inspectors actually helped the kid bring his stand up to code, and they even paid the $87 for the permit out of their own pocket. And he went on to sell a ton of hot dogs. And he went on, I think he's got multiple locations now. And as he's getting older, I mean, think about what it's taught him. And he was out there hustling too. I mean, had sign. I think this is awesome. And, you know, you see where he started down here at the table in a little tent. Then he got this card up here. But then his newest card, here's him and the officers again. Yeah, look at his new card. That thing is sweet. It's nice. That's cool. Congrats.
All right, man. So I wanted to end today's video on a good note. You just gotta love this, man. Man, and the reason why this hit home a little bit is because my son the other day, he was like, Dad, man, been messing with me at school, blah, blah, blah. You know, I want to open up a lemonade stand. I want to get some money. I want to do this. I want to buy some stuff. I'm like, dude, you don't have to do all this to prove to nobody what's going on with you. You don't have to prove nobody. Son, you're 7 years old, bro. Like, why you gotta prove to another 5-year-old that you got money? I think you're worried about the wrong thing. But nonetheless, I just love the fact that, man, he wanted to go out there and do something different. People hated on it, shut it down. He wanted to go out there and do something different. People hated on it.
So this is a 2003 MR2 Spider, or you can call it MRS, Toyota MRS.
How long have you had the car for?
It's not even a year yet. I just bought this year in January. It's been pretty crazy. Not so crazy, 6 months.
Well, yeah, you definitely have done. But the reason why you tastefully modded it is because you already have another MR2, right?
Yes, I used to own about 3 AW11s MR2.
Wow.
I just sold my my AW11 about this week.
Oh wow.
I had that one for like I'd probably say like 5 or 6 years. It's a cool car. Definitely loved it. It's head turner, eye catcher, whatever. It's definitely a unique looking car. But I ran into some issues with the car. I was just like, alright, it's been 5 years, so I'm happy to spending money on it. So I've been like really intrigued by this chassis. One of the reasons is my friend had one. He's giving me a ride in it. Like, he's showing me like how great the handling is. And another inspiration of what got me to buy this chassis is there's this like Japanese tube. It's called Techno Pro Spirit. Okay. He has a same thing, MRS, and there's like this segment in Best Motoring. It's called the Toge. Toge Attacker.
Like the runs.
Yeah. And this chassis was like dominating. Just like going against like GTRs, FDs, like Evos and STIs. Like it's always winning. You know?
Right. So you're like, okay, there's something to this platform.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a great handling car.
So when you picked that up, what was your vision for it?
It was supposed to be like a weekend track car, and it definitely fits the role of a weekend.
And you are tracking it?
Yeah, I've tracked it a few times. I've so far been to Streets of Gold twice. I went to Chuck Wall for the first time this year. Chuck Wall is a great track. It's so fun. It's like very high, like a mile, like a medium to high speed track. You're mostly in third, fourth gear. It's very smooth track too, but it's really fun driving. It's like about 3 hours.
Yes. And you drove, raced, and drove back in the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So far, this car has been super reliable, like no issues whatsoever. Yeah, like ever since like got it, I'm just like modding it.
All right, Simon. So tell us, what do we got going on in the front?
So I have like this. Well, it's an old 3, so it's like a facelift model. So with the facelift model, you get the fog lights, of course. Just like a little cosmetic difference from the earlier models. But I have this Duraflex front lip. It's all right. Fitment's fluid.
But it lasts you, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna buy like some expensive lip because I am tracking the car, and I don't know, as you can see, it's pretty
well, that's okay.
Just
that's
driving.
It's driven. That's a good thing. That's not to be show quality.
Yeah, I just wanted something like that looks good, but not too expensive. So. Yeah. This is a Genia badge. In the US, it's just like a Toyota badge here.
So is that how they have the MRSs over there?
Yeah. Okay. So in Japan, the MRS has this badge. And if, in case you're wondering what MR2 stands for,
Got a damn good show. This woman right here, embarrassed? Yes. her husband and ruined his life. What? This woman right here embarrassed her husband and ruined his life. It ruined his life? Yeah, look at her. A woman can't ruin your life and embarrass you. But a pretty woman can ruin your life. Hey,